Hello, everybody. This is going to be one of my first ever long form videos, if you would like to say that. The one thing I've been wanting to do for a long time, and I still don't quite have the right equipment for it, is ranking albums from a band or a musician from my least favorite to my favorite. And I've been going back and forth into who I should do first, and I've made a list of this. In the description, you'll find my rate your music. I have ton of lists, and I decided what better way to start than with my favorite band ever, Swans. Swans are a band that they've done a lot over they've done from went from new wave, no wave, not new wave. It's completely different genres. The no wave scene to an industrial kind of scene to kind of a gothic rock, and modern Swans have now gone to like a post rock. They're an interesting band to say the least. They're not for everyone, so you know, if you're not into this, and I'd rather you not go into the comments saying, "Oh, Swan sucks. No one listens to Swans." Well, in your opinion, if you don't like Swans, well, more power to you. I don't care. And you know, I decided I'm gonna go from my least favorite to my favorite. The bottom two aren't bad albums. They're pretty much interchangeable. But at the very bottom, at the end of the day, had to be Greed. Greed is a weird album. Okay, the Greed and the next one coming up pretty much sound close to the same, and they even had almost the same album cover. Greed is like a 5 out of 10 for me. It's got Money is Flesh, and I like that song, but it's not a song I always come back to. And like Fool is a fine song. I don't mind Fool. Stomach's rumbling. Uh, that's about it. Like I can't remember a lot of the other songs on this album. I really don't. 5 out of 10 for Greed. The next one is the album that preceded it, which is Holy Money. Uh, my stomach's still rumbling. I don't know why. Holy Money, in my opinion, is slightly better, and it has to do with a few of the songs. A Hanging, which is beautiful. By the way, these two albums are the first albums with Jarboe on vocals. She is a beautiful vocalist, for one thing. And okay, that out of the way. It has a swan song I do come back to a lot more, which is A Screw Holy Money. That song is like danceable. It is a bop. Like that drum beat, it's really headbanging. Yeah, that song is really good. There's another version that's remixed with like horns. That one's fine. I prefer the album version more. And there's another version of Fool and Money is Flesh on here. I prefer the Fool on excuse me, Greed more, but I prefer Holy Money is Flesh on this album more. So it's like that's my ranking for those two for now, but they could easily change like other days. They're kind of boring because like Swans is known for their repetition and stuff, but the repetitions on here go stale quick. Is the issue with that. So yeah, that's why those albums are where they are now. Oh, and another thing to mention is that Greed and Holy Money, most of those songs are on the Public Castration is a Good Idea live album that came, like, I think the same year. And those versions are just 100% better. That is bizarre and heavy live album. Alright. Besides that, I don't rank out live albums. They're just gonna eat all the studio albums, so I'm leaving that out the window. Anyway, next is, I know this is gonna piss people off, by the way, because there's a lot of people that love this album. Cop. Cop was coming off the coattails of Filth. I'll get to that album in a little bit. But I was never a fan of Cop. I don't know why, because okay, so Cop is easily one of their most horrifying albums. It is dark, like the subject matter on here, especially off the Young God EP. I'm not counting the EPs, by the way, even though a lot of the songs on the EPs are pretty damn good. The EP for this is the Young God, and like, for instance, the album is dark. Like, there's one about like hiding a body. There's like, on the EP, there's a song literally called "Raping a Slave." In 1984, that is like, I don't know how to explain that. That is pretty scary. Anyway, but like, I don't come back to this often, and I think it has to do with how dark it is. And it's not because I'm a snowflake. Like, I guess I am not familiar with it enough to like really pin down my enjoyment for it. And that's, I guess that's just what happens with that kind of thing. And I really wish I liked this album more. Maybe I'm going to re-rank the Swans albums after the new album Birthing comes out. It's That's just where it is for me. Cop. There's a lot of good songs on here though, like the title track and Hide a Body. The first song on here. I don't remember a lot of the titles on this album. Yeah, that's just where it is for me. Coming up next, which also is probably gonna piss people off, is The Beggar. Uh, I didn't like this when it came out as much as a lot of other people did. It follows the same like pattern of like the three albums before, the a few of the albums beforehand. Uh, The Going Man, To Be Kind, The Seer, all of which are coming up. Obviously coming up. Those are great albums. Uh, The Beggar, I felt like it was missing something. I don't know what it was. Paradise Is Mine is a really good single in Los Angeles. Really good, another really good single that could easily have gotten to be like one of their bigger songs, to be honest, because it's like just above the 3 minute mark. It could have been huge, but a lot of the radio stations over here don't play, at least in this area, don't play rock music on pop radio, which is kind of stupid. But what really is the issue for me is the centerpiece, The Beggar Lover, Part 3. It's called The Beggar Lover. I don't remember if it's 3 or Part 3. I didn't get the hype for it. I don't know. It's one of my least favorite epics from the band. It's not a bad epic either. It is. I feel like it needed more work, and it just, I don't know. This was really lacking for me. I don't know why. I just, maybe if once I re-rank it, I'll like it much more than I did. But I don't know. I really wish I liked that song more than I did. Ranking this, it kind of hurt to put this album really low because I know a lot of people love this album. So yeah, that's where that is for me. Next up, the sequel to White Light in the Mouth of Infinity is Love of Life. Pretty similar album cover, so I would say it's a sequel to it. Yeah, Love of Life is a freaking mess, dude. It's like the song, some of the songs are good. Like a lot, actually. There's a pretty decent amount of songs that are good. Like The Lonely Boy That Got Swallowed by the Sea, the title track, Amnesia, and She Cries for Spider. A lot of the songs are really good. But then you got these stupid freaking interludes that just don't go anywhere. Like I don't even know what was the point of them. They would do this again in a lot of the post rock albums, like soundtracks with the blind. And they did it way better there. I don't know what they were thinking. I think I'll give them credit for trying something new, but they like, I don't know, man. They done it's just a mess, dude. Like, and no, oh yeah, No Cure for the Lonely is really good song. One of Michael Gira's best ballads for sure. It's so upsetting, to be honest with you. I don't know how to explain it, but like yeah, just it's all that brings this album lower is the interludes. The interludes all are like unnamed basically. Did not need to be there, and there is a few songs that I can't remember the name of that sound way too similar to each other. I don't know what they were thinking. Uh, and a lot of those, I think it's a lot of the later songs. They're just boring to me. I found myself going like checking my watch basically, and I don't want to feel like that with a Swans album. That's for sure. Uh, Next up is The Burning World. A lot of people's least favorite Swans album, and I can see why, but I feel like it's a tiny, tiny little bit unfair to say because I think this album had stuff. I think they had a point because like they wanted to go like kind of I think this is their one of their first times trying to do a indie folk sound, and it's very listenable, to be honest. It's probably easily their most listenable album to date. Because okay, Saved was a single on this, and I think that actually got decent amount of radio play. And they have a cover of "Can't Find My Way Home" by Blind Faith. Pretty good cover. I preferred the original. But there's a lot of good songs on here, like "See No More." Like I said, "Saved." "Goddamn the Sun" is really good. Probably one of the sadder songs on their in their whole discography. But yeah, but that's actually about it. Like the album is there's not a bad song on here, but I would not go back to this album above a lot of the other ones coming up. You know, they're like it's this album's okay. Like they didn't do anything. It's not bad. Cracking the top 10. If you guys have made it this far, please leave a like. I really appreciate it that if you have gotten this far that and you're that interested in my ranking, please do leave a like, and while you're at it, comment your ranking if and leave a hate comment if you want to. I really don't care. Uh, I've gotten hate comments before. I know how you feel. Not really. I think hate comments are stupid, but I'm not changing my opinion just because you think I'm an idiot. Oh, why did you put this album lower than the other? Like you hating on me is not going to change my opinion. In fact, I'm not going to change it any harder. Anyway, uh, next album, which, by the way, this album is another album that might change once Birthing comes out, and it's The Seer. I always thought this album was a little overrated. Like didn't quite understand the love for it. Like, there's a lot. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of good songs on this. This is the first one in the post rock trilogy of albums, and yeah, okay. Uh, what brings it lower for me is the basically the centerpiece of the album, the Seer. I couldn't. It's really like lowered for me as a song. I didn't understand because it's like it's the title track. It's basically this, it's the centerpiece of the album, But I was never a fan of it. I don't know why I wasn't a fan of it. That's just what it's like an 8 out of 10 otherwise cuz a lot of the songs are like near perfect, but the Seer as a song, like, I don't know, I just never liked it to me. I don't know. Maybe it will grow on me, but cuz I will re-rank the albums. Trust me. But like I don't know. It's otherwise a really damn good album. And it kind of sucks that it's this low. Like, cause like a lot of the last two songs on here, the "A Piece of the Sky" and "Apostate" or "Apostate." I never knew how to pronounce that. Um, really damn good epics. I love "Apostate." That's probably a top 5 song for me. Easily top 5 song. And yeah, it's just I don't know. It's like it sucks that it's this on my list, but I trust me, I will give it another chance. I will give this year another chance. Yeah, so that's my take on this year. It's 9 out of 10. Coming up though is their debut album, 1983. I can't believe it that it came out in 1983. Filth. This album their second one of the heaviest studio albums I've ever heard. We got Metallica coming out that year. We got their debut Slayer coming out that year, and then we get freaking this behemoth of an album coming out, and somehow gets lost in the shuffle. Don't know how that ends up happening. This is a heavy album. 2 drummers, 2 bassists, and it starts with the "Stay Here," which is a song I come back to a lot. Just get the bass coming out, boom, 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 boom. Yeah, and like, and that doesn't stop there. We got a big strong boss coming up, boom, 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 and but like "Stay Here" is easily a 10 out of 10 song. That is groundbreaking for a heavy album of this caliber. I 100% recommend listening to this album. It will change how you look at it. The one thing that brings this low for me is the 2 songs that end each side of the album. "Freak" is fine as a little interlude. Like, it's under 2 minutes. "Gang," never liked "Gang." I never was a fan of it. I thought it was just it. I don't know. It just never clicked for me. Like, I can hardly remember the song as it is. Uh, like a lot of the other songs I can remember as like lyrically as well. Like, it's not as dark as "Cop," but it's still pretty dark at times. And his vocal performances pretty spooky. I can't believe I used the word spooky. Uh, yeah, but like never got into it. Like, "Gang," I feel like you could remove "Gang" and have this album be like 32 minutes. And you know what? I would probably put it higher if you remove "Gang." Uh, what's the song that comes before it? I don't really remember, but any other song could end this album perfectly, and even better than "Gang" would, and I'd be fine. Next up. um is Leaving Meaning. I This is probably the album that will change the most for me. Uh it's kind of smushed between two of their bigger albums. I know The Beggar is not their best received in terms of their post rock, but it's better received than Leaving Meaning. A few of the songs I love are Sunfucker and Hanging Man. Uh, really damn good epics. Uh, they do a redo of Amnesia from Love of Life. I don't really like the remake of that song that much. I'd much rather prefer the Love of Life version. It's a lot slower, and yeah, there's a few other songs I like It's Coming is real really damn good song. It may not be the biggest song or my favorite song, but it's really damn good. The Nub is a really damn good epic too. There's a lot coming from this album, and I do think it's one of their more underrated albums because people usually like skim through this album and want to to The Beggar. I feel like that's the issue that's coming with this album, and yeah, it's like it's a little unfair to me. Like this album has some good stuff going for it, and it's still not their best, obviously, since it's like eighth place and on the list. But still, you know it's a little unfair that it gets overshadowed. Coming next is White Light from the Mouth of Infinity. Probably one of their not their most listenable, but one of their more listenable albums is White Light. Yeah, this is very gothic, very not very noisy, but like very grand sounding in terms of the music. Is wait like Better Than You, really good opener. Grand, really grand sound on this album. Uh, there's a lot of ballads on this album. Like Failure, really love that ballad. Blind is a really good ballad, and I'm surprised that is like a bonus track on the like it's not on every version of the album. Like the early versions of the album don't have Blind on it, and it's really interesting because that is one of the better songs, if not the best song off the album. S- Close to which one is it? Oh, We Will Survive. Oh, and yeah, a Song for the Sun is really good too. There's a lot of good songs on this album. There's so many to name, and it comes short maybe only because of personal preference. There's not a lot like to hate off this album, which really sucks because it's only in the top 7, and I almost feel bad. Almost, I actually do really feel bad for it because it really has a lot coming to it. That's all I have to say about White Light in the Mouth of Infinity. Let's go on to the next one, which might come as a shock to you, but it's My Father Will Guide Me Up a Road to the Sky. Most underrated album by them. Uh, this is like their first. This is their first album. I cannot stop burping. This is their first reunion album, and yeah, there's a lot of underrated songs on here. No More Lies. You fucking people make me sick. Not you guys. The song. You fucking people make me sick. Really good song. Reeling the Liars In is one of their better songs. mm, Uh, from like the post this album. Second to Eden Prison, which is I know it's not a lot of people's favorite, but it's mine off this album. It's like this the sound on that song is interesting. It's like dun 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 dun. I like that song, and Jim, or for some also that I can't. I don't know why I can't remember the epic off this album. There's only one epic. I'll It's a really good epic too. I remember it correct. If I remember to put it in, I'll put it in at the left, right here underneath the album because I'm putting every album like in this area. Uh, yeah, that epic's really good. I haven't listened to it in a long time, but I remember really loving the epic. I'll need to re-listen to it after this video. But yeah, if I remember, I'll put it right under there. Next up, we're coming up to the top five. What's it gonna be? What's number five gonna be? It's gonna be Children of God. This album is probably their most gothic of all their albums, easily. And yeah, it's a concept album, I believe, mostly having to do with God. Duh. And this is the first one. Like where Jarbo is like a major vocalist. Not like, I mean, I think she did vocals before this with on Greed and Holy Money, but she really shines on this album. It was the first time she like really like popped up and like made herself known. Like In My Garden and Blackmail, really good songs from Jarbo. She really shows her vocal ability. And the title track, obviously, really good song, really good song from Jarbo. She is an underrated female vocalist, in my personal opinion. And let's see, a lot of the Michael Gira vocals on here, kind of it's mixed with his yelling and his like deep lyrical ability. Some of these songs are very freaky, like New Mind, Drugs, Shalala, and definitely Beautiful Child. I don't think we should have Michael Gira near children again. The real the best song off this album is easily Blind Love. 7 minutes in length. Probably one of their first like mini kind of epic. It's not really an epic. It's 7 minutes. It's not that long for an epic. But easily what the best song off this album. Probably top 10 for me. I don't know where in top 10 because there's a lot of good Swan songs. Maybe top 20. I don't know. But yeah, best song off this album easily. Uh, Probably second to Children of God or Beautiful Child. Yeah, like I guess that's all I have to say about Children of God. That's probably the first song on this list, the album on this list. Actually, no, White Light is a 10, but like the first album on this list, the second album on this list, that's a 10 out of 10 for me. Let's move on. Probably the album that people say is their best will be Soundtracks for the Blind. And I can't argue with it. This is a freaking weird, probably definitely their hardest album to listen to because of how weird it is. There is not a song on here that's like, because like they've had songs before that were like could have been radio hits, like Blind, Children of God could have been, even Saved, definitely. I think that was somewhat of a college radio hit, but there is nothing on here that could that is remotely listenable. Like if I could think of one off the top, like The Helpless Child is probably easily one of their best songs. That is easily in my top 15. Or like very maybe Final Sacrifice is like really close. I know that's a rework of like one of Michael Gira's solo songs, but he really did it like better on here. Jarbo has a really good song called Volcano, and That is a weird song. If I have that in shuffle, I probably wouldn't skip it. There's a bee outside my window. I don't know what he's doing. Uh, it is really hard to it's really hard to explain this album completely. It's like 2 hour, almost 2 hours and 30 minutes, pretty close to that length. And it's not for everybody, man. Uh, there's so many good moments on this album. I cannot stress enough. I don't think I'm qualified to like really explain this album in full, but a few songs off the top of my head that I really like is "Helpless Child," "Animus," "I Was a Prisoner in Your Skull," "Volcano," "The Sound," and "Final Sacrifice." Those are the six that off the top of my head that I really do come back to. And the rest of it, this is an album you need to listen to front to back. You can't really like. It's almost impossible to come back to a song like on its own, because this is one of those albums that you just gotta sit through and and take it all in. You know. Yeah, I think I've talked about soundtracks with mine enough. Let's move on to top three. What's my top three gonna be? Number three, we got The Great Annihilator. This is a lot higher on my list than it will be for a lot of other people. My top three are probably interchangeable. Top five, even. Not interchangeable, but like set in stone. Is probably they're probably not gonna move re-ranking. But The Great Annihilator is probably the album I would go on record to say, if you want to get into Swans, this is the album that I would start you with, because this is the easiest album to get into when it comes to Swans, because it's like Celebrity Lifestyle is like a song that it's the closest of them to ever get into a straightforward rock song, but it's still really good. I Am the Sun is a bop. That used to be one of my favorite Swan songs on this album. She Lives is pretty damn good. A lot of the songs Darbo does on here, Mother Father Alone, 10 out of 10 song. That is mind blowing of a song. But easily for me, the best song off this album is Killing for Company. I don't know what to say. That is killer. Like, about this murderer. I think it's based off a real murderer too. You don't you can quote me on that. Maybe in the comments to explain. But what is Killing for Company? It's like this guy that kills and keeps their bodies. My dog's barking. Uh, keeps their bodies and keeps them company. That is pretty damn horrifying. Like, and it's so beautiful and somber, especially towards the end with that build up, and then it like slows down. Yeah, that's easily pre-reunion one of Michael Gira's best writing. Like, it's just there's no arguing it for me. That is one of his best pre-reunion songs. Like, damn, Killing for Company. I can't get over how awesome that song is. All right, moving on. All right, well, the top two were pretty easy for me. These are the only two albums I own. I can probably they're probably right. They're actually right here. Uh, Maybe if I look through. Uh, Never mind. The Glowing Man up next. I know this one might be people's favorite because it's probably out of the trilogy, the easiest one to listen to. Oh wait, here they are. Yeah, The Glowing Man. Really, really good album. Like, all the lyric sheets and crap. Well, I don't. Where the frick do I start with this? Cloud of Unknowing. Freaking. Cloud of Forgetting and then Unknowing. The world looks red. The world looks back. People like us. Frankie M. When will I return? The title track. Finally, peace. I've listed all those songs, and there is nothing that like. There's not a flaw on this album, and this is number 2. Like, the only my dog is barking again. Give me a second. All right, so I'm back, and my dog is calmed down. Hopefully, yeah. The Glowing Man is easily their best song. The Glowing Man, the Glowing Man is their best song, easily. It is whack as hell. And yeah, I think what brings it down for me is When Will I Return, with Jennifer Gira sings, his wife. It's hard to come back to because of its subject matter and how Jennifer was assaulted. It is really hard to come back to, and sometimes if I'm in too bad of a mood, I end up skipping it. But everything else, it's because it's not a bad song by any means. It's just, I just don't want to like listen to it as often. And yeah, I guess that's all I have to say about the Going. It's a really good album. It is pretty much flawless, and it's only number 2 because we have at number 1. All right, so number 1 may not come too much as a shock. That duh, 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 duh. Okay, fine, whatever. It's To Be Kind, easily To Be Kind. I mean, with a song that starts with an album that starts with freaking Screenshot, which is a slow build up until it just builds up and builds up and builds up, and then it freaking explodes. Yeah, I can understand why some people might be turned off. Well, for one thing, it's post rock. Post rock is not for everyone, and like some of the songs might be a little bit weird for people. It's my favorite album of all time, by the way. I think I said that already, but like I don't hate or can't come back to a single darn song off this album. Like, Screenshot, Just a Little Boy, A Little God in My Hands, another one of those songs that it just explodes. Bring the Sun, one of their best epics for sure. Some Things We Do, I know people don't like that as much. It's a song I come back to the least, but it's still a really good interlude. She Loves Us is my personal favorite song off this album. It is it's my I don't it's second place with The Glowing Man. It could change. Kirsten Supine, my bad. Oxygen. Oxygen. There's not much to say about that. It's freaking Oxygen, dude. It's like coming back to like uh those loud early days of Swans. Nathaniel. Why can't I ever say these titles right? Sometimes, like Kirsten Supine and Nathalie Neal, really hard titles to say. I don't know why. And the title track, which is their best closer, honestly. Uh, no, actually, well, yeah, actually, I'd say it's their best closer. It's their shortest closer out of the three, I think. Of the yeah, I think it is. No, that's their no, it's not because apostate is longer. But like, honestly, I don't think I'll change my opinion on this because it's just perfect. It's the perfect album. What the fuck do I say, man? It's just so good. It's real. And it. I know that you're probably wanting a quick review that actually has me saying things about the album, but like it's hard for me to explain how good this album is. Really is. Okay, that's the end. If you watched the end of this, thank you so much for letting me just ramble on about one of my favorite bands, if not my favorite band of all time. And again, you want if you want more of this, excuse me, if you want more of this, tell me. And if you watched it till the end, like the video, comment down below. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.